Good evening. Well, it's morning where I'm at, but it might be evening where you are. Quiet Minds YouTube channel, Quiet Minds podcast. And today I just want to talk about the growth, the elevation, the point I am and where I am in my life right now. But the first question, where are you in your life? Where has your life taken you? What direction has it gone in? And the thing is, you have to think about the environment you came from, the environment you're in. Compare the two. Has it changed? Next, you have to look at how you were in these situations and environments. Have you changed? But just know, just because you have changed does not mean the world, the environment, the people around you are going to accept that change. You have to stay in it. You have to be a part of it as much as possible until that's all they can see you for. And sometimes you must understand that they will never see you for that new person that you are. So the best way for them to see it is for you to remove yourself. The best way for them to see it is for you to separate yourself. And a lot of you may not agree, but that's okay. That is okay. In time, when you really want to change, you'll do what you have to do in order to get somewhere new. You'll do what you have to do in order to get to a point in your life where those things don't matter. Now you must ask yourself, do you know who you are? Ask yourself, self, do you know who you are? Do you know who you are as a person? Do you know who you are as a person? Do you know who you are as a person? How do you find out who you are as a person? Your past experiences, the things that you went through growing up since you was a kid, the things that happened to you when you were a kid defines who you are as an adult. The things that happened to you as a kid may have made you change into the person you are as an adult. Some of us suppress feelings. You may suppress feelings. You may push down the things that bother you. You may run from the things that bother you. And some of this trauma, some of these experiences come from growing up as a kid, growing up not being able to be in control of your environment or your situations. But I will say this one thing. When you finally have an opportunity, when you finally have a chance to get away from that environment, based on the experiences you've had with friends, family, that environment, that culture, that society, is it best to tell them that you're getting ready to do something new? Or is it best just to go get it done? I remember there was points when I was wanting to go play college basketball. And for reasons that I would not ever know, based on the groups of friends that I was hanging around, the groups of people that I was around at that time, they didn't want me to go. I like this saying. I remember watching this D Rose commercial. It was this D Rose commercial. Derrick Rose, NBA player, played for the Chicago Bulls. At the time was probably the best point guard. It was this commercial that used to come on TV Out of the concrete grows a rose. That's who you are. The concrete, the jungle, the rough culture, the rough society, rough neighborhood you grew up in, the environment that you grew up in. It didn't have you coming out on top, being a big dog, being on the top of things like everybody else claims it did. You took losses. You got beat up. You ran from people. You took L's. People stole from you. You didn't do nothing back. Look, all that stuff is okay. Everybody doesn't respond to these things the same way. One, it lets you know that maybe you're not cut, maybe you're not fit to be a part of that culture or that environment. So go create you a new environment. But as a kid, you might not have had that chance or the opportunity to. But something about you, something so special about you, the person watching this video, somebody else sees an opportunity in you and they want to put light into your situation. They want you to go somewhere in this world, go to school somewhere, go to college somewhere, go become an artist, a chef, a painter. Everybody's not dribbling the basketball. Everybody's not shooting hoops. Everybody's not playing baseball, football, soccer, running track. All of us might have started off doing those things, but don't let that one specific thing define who you are at such a young age. I let basketball define who I was at 15 years old. So by the time I turned 22, 23, when it wasn't working the way I expected it to work, I just stopped life on every other aspect. Keep searching, keep finding things about you that you like and dislike. Well, you might say, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I dislike, things like that. Go into your past. This is how you find out who you are as a person. Go into your past. This is the things that I did growing up. This is the things I did for the past 2 years. I left, went away to Kansas. This is post, way after school. I dropped out of college my senior year. I went away to Kansas for 2 years. I went away. Didn't tell nobody I was leaving. I just knew I had money. $200-300 to my name, $500 at the most probably. I'm not sure. And I got on the road. I was messed up, crying, didn't know what I was gonna do with my life. And I asked God, like, yo, I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm lost. The initial destination was not Kansas. I was getting ready to head to a city called Clearwater, California. I just liked it because it had water along the coast. It was some decent apartments I seen, and they had apartments. I was like, look, I'm going to go and I'm going to figure it out. During that time, I got arrested in Kansas. I got arrested 3 times when I was in Kansas. But because I knew, well, at the time, the first time I got arrested going to California, I didn't know who I was. During my time being away from the people who influenced me so much, the friends, my family, the community, that nature, that the way you talk, the way you behave, all of that influenced me. I separated myself from that. So what happens was, once you separate yourself from an environment or culture, you might not have the opportunity to do it yet. But when you get that chance or the opportunity to go, it's scary. But it's something inside of you knowing like, hey, where I'm at right now is uncomfortable. Where I'm at right now is stressing me out. I'm losing my hair. I'm losing money. Everybody's taking from me. Everybody's taking advantage of me. Everybody's using all the things, the resources around me that help me get to a point where I know I should be, but because I'm trying to take care of all these things around me that ain't helping me, it's draining you, it's stressing you. You can see it on your face. I was losing my hair while working at an elementary school. Losing my hair. I was stressed out. I had all this red stuff all over the front of my face. It'd be times I'd be walking and my skin would be peeling off the front of my head. Stressed out. And then on top of that, I was working 2 other jobs, working at Amazon and Subway. I was popping Adderall to stay awake. And then when I finally did stop, like, or get a break, my body was shut down. I wouldn't wake up. I wouldn't come out of my room for 2 days. I was that tired. You find some place where you can focus on who you are. Once you focus on who you are, once you focus on like the direction you want to go, you won't figure it all out at the beginning, trust me. In these past 2 years, I've came a long way. I've came a long way. See, the weird thing about it is I started off as a kid who used to let people do me, treat me any kind of way, talk to me any kind of way. And I just kept it quiet. And then there would be these pockets where I would lash out and I would get upset, I would get mad. But the way I would lash out and get upset, I was trying to hurt somebody. I would hurt the girls that was around me. Like, the relationship wasn't genuine. And I knew that in my heart. The whole time I was just like, look, I'm just here to get what I need and I'm going to kick you to the curb, shawty. It wasn't genuine. The people around me, if they did me wrong, if they said something about me, it made me feel a certain type of way, I would never say nothing. But I got even. But you'll never know that it was me that, you know what I'm saying? So I had to take a break. On top of that, I'm making money, I'm doing what I'm doing growing up, but I still don't know who I am as a person. There are different levels. Like, people say they wish they was this person or that person. Trust and know that you should be careful about the things you say. Because you don't know what a person had to do. You don't know how dark their world is based on where they're at in that situation or what they have to hold in at that moment to have the money. And at any point, they would rather give this back just to get a peace of mind. Ain't enough money worth it in the world if you don't have a peace of mind. So how do you figure yourself out? I've already told you the first answer. Figure out where you need to go. Figure out that opportunity that arises where you can get away from this environment that's influencing you in a negative way. The environment can influence you to the point where everything else seems like it's growing and sprouting, but all off of your back of hard work, all off the sweat of your brow. We are not slaves out here. You're not a slave to the environment. You're not a slave to the community or the things around you. Once you get away, just go sit off in nature. I used to have friends who used to try to tell me or say something was wrong with me because I like sitting in nature. I like taking walks. I like going somewhere, this peace of tranquility where I can sit, close my eyes, feel the grass on my feet, feel the wind, feel everything about, the things around me that's peaceful. Natural noises, hearing the birds. I like being up in the mountains because on the mountains I feel like it gives me the sense of being above everything that used to bother me. I go sit on a mountaintop and just look across the city. Like, at this moment right now, I'm bigger than what's down there. I can see everything that's down there. And you sit there and reflect. You sit there and reflect. You sit there and reflect. Reflect. Think about the things that you went through as a kid. How did it define you? How did it make you feel? What started making you make these decisions or changes and this and that? Figure it out. Oh, I got beat up because I was running my mouth. Oh, this happened because I was around these group of people. Oh, I had to go take this L. I had to go take this loss because I was around these group of people. They treated me this way because of I was acting shy, I was acting timid, I wasn't speaking up for myself. These people treated me this way. These things happened because, one, I came around, I was trying to flex the money. Oh, these people treated me this way because I told them I had money. Start learning, the answers are there. You just got to look in your past. Once you correct that past, look at the things okay, now I got a sense of direction. The sense of direction lines up with where you are today. All that stuff that happened in the past, once you learn it, it starts showing you where you're going at, where you are today. So what happens is you begin to realize and understand that now I got to make some corrections. I got to make some changes about myself. You don't like that you overweight. What caused you to start eating so much? I remember me growing up, I I used to like what's it, the little Debbie snacks? It's these little oatmeal cream pies. They still got them. They sell them everywhere. They cheap. When I was feeling a certain type of way, I would go get a 2-liter Pepsi, um, a large Pizza Hut pizza, extra cheese, extra sauce, triple toppings, and then a cup of marinara. And then I'd get a thing of cinnamon rolls, and then I was an athlete, so I would eat this, but it was parts of me that would feel triggered, feel down, feel bad, feel sad, and I'd just be like, I'm gonna just go eat. Fast forward, basketball had stopped, but those eating habits were still there. I would go and eat those things when I would feel bad. The thing was, I was starting to feel bad, feel terrible, more consistently. Every day, I'll just start indulging in eating. One day, my friend took me up to a mountaintop. It was a 2-hour hike up to the top. Completed the hike, and I wanted to take my shirt. I'm like, bro, let me take my shirt. I'll take a picture of me, bro. I want to see how I am on top of the mountain. Man, I had little girl breasts. I had breasts. I was like, whoa, I'm getting fat. And bro was like, bro, he was like, you my dog. You look disgusting. So I remember that, being out, like, evaluating myself. Okay, I need to work out. I was getting overweight. How do you do that? I started eating fruit. Started fasting. Started getting up every day. I was so out of it, I didn't even like running. But I could walk.